the current situation of things as regards Dangote refinery and NNPC is becoming more interesting by the day. So I would like you to watch this video so that you get a full breakdown of the whole thing that has transpired and what's really going on in the Nigerian political landscape as regards Dangote refinery and oil production. So watch this video to the end.
He revealed that over 90% of petroleum marketers in Nigeria and from Dangote refinery. He also revealed that the marketers wrote Tinubu to protest the price of products coming from Dangote refinery, that they are cheap, that Dangote wants to disrupt the market that will lead to their making losses. How in the world is cheap energy source not a benefit of Nigerians? Why is the government refusing to use customs tariffs the way they are supposed to be used? Customs tariffs are used to protect your local industry. Now that Nigeria has the capacity to refine petroleum products, we need to protect that capacity. We need to protect the industry. If the government is truly serious about increasing the value of the naira, now is the time to use tariffs to stop importation of petroleum products that can be refined locally.
We cannot rely heavily on one refinery to feed the nation, because the Dangote is requesting that we should suspend or stop all importation of petroleum products, especially AGO and Petrol, and direct all marketers to the refinery.
And no one should come up with the monopoly narrative, because no one is preventing anyone from setting up his own refinery to compete with Dangote. All Nigerians want is affordable petrol, because petrol drives the economy. And to think that some people are against 900 naira per liter that Dangote is selling diesel, they want the government to force him to increase the price so that they can sell at a higher margin. These guys are enemies of Nigeria. Let's take a listen.
As far as the Dangote petroleum refinery is concerned, we have started production of PMS from last Sunday. Okay, so it is from 31st of August. So we have started the production. The production is going on, and we are storing the produced PMS. And originally we are talking with the government for allocation of the crude, because what was happening is the whole purpose of doing this refinery in Nigeria was that we should be able to utilize the local crude instead of exporting the raw material. And instead of importing the finished products, we should be able to refine and use the finished products within Nigeria and also produce more and export the surplus. So at least this is what we have been talking for decades. My president presented a paper which shows exactly 51 years ago, the government was talking about the same thing, petroleum queues, and how we should use our crude and refine and meet all our requirements locally instead of importing the refined products and exporting the crude. But the whole scenario is continuing till today. We have been importing most of our crude from as far as from US and Brazil, and we have been exporting almost all our production of diesel, our production of aviation jet. So there is a kind of a click whereby the people who have been importing and trading in all these products, they are refusing to practically buy from us. You can come to the refinery and see, I can load 2,900 tankers a day, and the whole country is empty, not one tanker. Whereas where I can load 2,900 a day, not one tanker is being loaded. So they want to continue to import, so they are just blockading us, number one. Number two, they even wrote to His Excellency the President. I have a copy which I can share with all of you, where they wrote to the President, Dangote Group came in and started producing diesel. They dropped the price first time, they dropped the price second time, and it is disturbing our business. So the intention of the refinery was to produce locally and try to supply at a reasonable price. So we gave at a reasonable price, we dropped, and then we dropped the second time, and they wrote to His Excellency, the President, saying, we are dropping the price and disturbing the market. So they refused to buy from us. So when it came to petrol, we told the presidency that if we are going to continue to import petrol, our cost of production is high, and of course our quality is very high. So we'll continue to export and manage the business. Then they sat with us and said, okay, we will try and give you crude allocation, and you please produce and sell to us the local the products which you are producing out of the crude. We said yes. Then they said, can you sell it in naira? We said no, we are a free zone company. We will be normally selling in dollars. They said no, the country is in acute scarcity of dollars, so please we'll supply the crude to you in naira, sell the product to us in naira. Though internally, including me, some of us objected to the idea, my president clearly said, we are going to accept this because the country is badly in need of foreign exchange. The currency value is dropping every day. Yes, I know I'm going to take a loss because by the time we sell it in naira and we convert to dollars, we are not even getting the dollars. By the time we convert, the currency may become weaker. So we know he's going to lose. He said, I'm willing to take the loss in the interest of the country. I don't mind, but the country is in bad shape. Somebody has to take certain risks. I'm willing to face the loss to whatever extent it is. So that is how we agreed. So now we are still discussing with the government to give us the crude in naira. The discussions have been going on. It has not yet been concluded. So when we buy the crude from them in naira, they will take the products back from us in naira. So which is the PMS. So that's where we are. We are still in discussions. The moment it is concluded, okay, this is the price, the crude price, this is how the mechanism is, this is what the naira rate is going to be. So now whatever we are producing, they will buy back from us. Because in fact, NNPC has told us they will have a team of 6 to 10 people permanently stationed inside our refinery. They have even told us we should space because they are going to give the crude, they are going to monitor the production, and then they will buy it back in naira. So this is where we are, and we are waiting for the conclusion of the discussions. Hopefully by next week, if it gets concluded, we can kick off. You talked about infrastructure development and training and development. To begin with, for the construction, facilitate the construction alone, we bought actually 2,530 or so construction equipments. So actually, because Julius Berger could not handle it, or any other company couldn't handle it, we bought 2,530 construction equipment alone. So we not only did the entire construction part through our contractors, but we invested in 2,500 construction equipment, which means we have done a lot on investment within the country. Then for construction, again, we bought 330 cranes, which also helped to develop the infrastructure within the country. And to do all the concrete work, we know that there are not enough stone quarries here. And we have suffered when we were doing the construction of, for example, Obajana cement plant. So we've invested in a stone quarry in Ogun State, which is today the world's largest stone quarry, 10 million tons per annum capacity. So again, we invested on infrastructure development within the country. Then concrete production. In most of the countries, you don't go and buy cement, you just buy concrete. You order it, they will come and deliver it in transit mixes along with concrete pumps. Here, we don't have those facilities. So we invested in 13 million cubic meter concrete production facility with 203 transit mixers and 82 concrete pumps. You go to any part of the world, even Middle East, Europe, US, you cannot see this kind of facility in one location. Yes, altogether in the country, they have huge capacities, but in one location, we did that. And then to bring all the equipment, we had to develop our own port. So we constructed a port, and we brought all this equipment. So then, even welding gases. Again, when we were doing our cement plants, we realized that the welding glass was not adequate. I had to go on in those days to beg to open up their shutdown plant in to get oxygen and acetylene gas. So here we set oxygen and acetylene gas production capacity. So if you a lot in the development of infrastructure within the country, construction, and which will help us to move on to other construction. About the cranes, in 1998, when I was doing the sugar refinery in Apapa port, I could not get 100-ton cranes. There were only 2 cranes in the whole of Nigeria, and we had to struggle to get that. Today, we have 2,000-ton cranes. Everything we bought and we have invested. So we have done a lot to develop on infrastructure. Then coming back to training and development, we have sent almost 300 engineers overseas to train and develop, because this is one of our primary areas of focus. We started this heavily focused overseas training from the time we started Obajana Cement. I sent the mining engineers to South Africa. I sent the chemical engineers to India. I sent the power plant engineers to Houston in US, and we kept them there and trained. The same thing we have done with the fertilizer plant, with the petroleum refinery. We sent them for 6 months to 1 year practical hands-on training in fertilizer plants or refinery overseas to get them trained and bring them back here. So we have invested a lot in infrastructure. We have invested a lot on training and capacity of the production with the refinery capacity. As I said, 44% of the refinery production can meet 100% of the requirement of the country. So the balance 56% of the refinery's production will have to be exported, whether it is jet, whether it is diesel, whether it is PMS. We have to export 56% of our production, because 44% will meet all the requirements of the country. So we are not only going to save a lot of foreign exchange by import substitution, but we are also going to generate a lot of foreign exchange by exports. Now you talked about the transparent mechanism of the pricing. So as I said, NNPC is giving us the crude, and they are going to have people sit here to monitor all the production processes, the stocks which are coming out, everything. And they are going to agree on the price at which they will sell the crude in Naira, and then they are going to collect all the products. So they are going to working through to see how the pricing will be. So it's not something where we are trying to exploit somebody. As I said, if somebody wants to exploit, we can insist that, okay, all crude is sold in dollars, I will buy in dollars. All the products are sold in dollars, I will sell in dollars, which is what we should have done, because actually Dangote Petroleum Refinery is a free zone enterprise. But my president said, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, he said, the country is in dire straits. The country is in problem. Somebody who can step in and help has to do it, and I am doing. That is why he said, I'm going to take the crude in Naira and I'm going to sell the product in Naira. So you can expect a proper pricing mechanism, and I'm sure the NNPC will not agree for any kind of exploitation by anybody. They are going to work through and they'll agree on the pricing mechanism properly.
From the federal.
When it was announced that the Nigerian government will be selling crude oil to Dangote refinery in Naira, many Nigerians heaved a sigh of relief, not because they were expecting Dangote to sell at a cheaper price or below profit, but the fact that it was going to help Nigeria to reduce the pressure on foreign exchange. The scarce foreign exchange is used to import nearly 100% of the petroleum products consumed in Nigeria. So what's not to like? When all that can be gotten from Dangote refinery, they revealed that 40% of their capacity can supply all the daily demands in Nigeria, while they will now export 60% of the capacity. Yes, this is common sense, isn't it? Imagine cutting off millions of dollars used in importing petroleum products into Nigeria annually. That will obviously increase the value of the naira because it will reduce the pressure and demand for foreign exchange. And petroleum products contribute a huge chunk in that demand. But all this will continue to be a dream because the cabal and the government continue to frustrate Dangote. This was revealed by the Vice President of Dangote Industries in an X-Space organized by Nairametrics. He revealed that over 95% of petroleum marketers in Nigeria are not buying petrol from Dangote refinery. He also revealed that the marketers wrote Tinubu to protest the price of products coming from Dangote refinery, that they are cheap, that Dangote wants to disrupt the market that will lead to their making losses. How in the world is cheap energy source not a benefit of Nigerians? Why is the government refusing to use customs tariffs the way they are supposed to be used? Customs tariffs are used to protect your local industry. Now that Nigeria has the capacity to refine petroleum products, we need to protect that capacity. We need to protect the industry. If the government is truly serious about increasing the value of the naira, now is the time to use tariffs to stop importation of petroleum products that can be refined locally.
We cannot rely heavily on one refinery to feed the nation because the Dangote is requesting that we should suspend or stop all importation of petroleum products, especially AGO and Petrol, and direct all marketers to the refinery.
And no one should come up with the monopoly narrative because no one is preventing anyone from setting up his own refinery to compete with Dangote. All Nigerians want is affordable petrol because petrol drives the economy, and to think that some people are against it.
Alright guys, so you've heard this particular exposition. I mean, this is a whole lot. The Nigerian petroleum sector is one that if government does the right things, it will revive it, and Nigerians will begin to enjoy the dividends of being an oil producing country. But it seems that the cabal that have held Nigerians hostage for many years, they are bent on further crippling the economy using different strategies that is meant to frustrate the petroleum sector. So, but all in all, I think Nigerians deserve better. If the government does the right things, make good policies that will be favorable to local manufacturing, especially as it regards to Dangote refinery. Anyway, I would like to know what your thoughts are. Drop your views and your opinions down below in the comment section. Okay, do like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on your post notification icon so that you always get notified whenever we post new videos. So see you guys more later on. Bye.